The Bloodline Civil War. How Roman Reigns lost his own family. For almost 4 years, one family ruled WWE like an empire. They destroyed legends, humiliated champions, and turned Friday Night SmackDown into their kingdom. At the center of it all was one man, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the most dominant WWE superstar of the modern era. But here's the scary part. Roman Reigns didn't lose because another wrestler was stronger than him. He lost because his own family finally turned against him. This is the rise and the brutal fall of the Bloodline. And trust me, this story changed WWE forever. Everything started back in 2020. WWE was struggling during the pandemic era. Crowds were gone. Shows felt empty. Fans were losing interest. And Roman Reigns himself had disappeared from WWE television. Nobody knew what was coming next. But at SummerSlam 2020, everything changed. Roman returned. But this wasn't the same Roman fans remembered. No more smiling hero. No more big dog. This Roman was cold, manipulative, dangerous, and standing beside him was the mastermind himself, Paul Heyman. That moment shocked the wrestling world because Roman Reigns had officially become a villain. And honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened to his career. Soon after that, Roman captured the Universal Championship. But he didn't just want titles. He wanted power, respect, acknowledgement. Roman started calling himself the tribal chief. He believed he was the true leader of his legendary wrestling family. And slowly, his cousins began falling in line. First came Jey Uso. At first, Jey refused to obey Roman. In fact, their rivalry became one of the most emotional WWE stories ever. Roman manipulated Jey mentally. He destroyed him physically. And at Clash of Champions, Roman brutally attacked Jey until Jey's own brother had to throw in the towel. That wasn't just a wrestling match. That was psychological torture. Roman wanted one thing, for Jey Uso to acknowledge him. And eventually, Jey broke. He joined Roman, not because he wanted to, but because he felt he had no choice. That was the beginning of the Bloodline. Soon after, Jimmy Uso returned. Unlike Jey, Jimmy immediately saw through Roman's manipulation. He knew Roman was abusing power. But Roman kept controlling the family. And slowly, Jimmy also became part of the group. Now the Bloodline had become unstoppable. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Paul Heyman, and later, the dangerous enforcer, Solo Sikoa. Together, they dominated WWE. Anyone who challenged Roman got destroyed. Brock Lesnar, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn. Everybody eventually fell before the Bloodline. And honestly, for a while, they looked untouchable. But then, something happened that nobody expected. A comedian accidentally became the heart of WWE's biggest storyline. That man was Sami Zayn. At first, Sami joined the Bloodline as a joke. Fans laughed at him. Roman mocked him. Jimmy didn't trust him. But Jey Uso slowly started bonding with Sami. And over time, fans became emotionally attached to their friendship. The internet exploded with memes. Crowds screamed for Sami every week. And suddenly, WWE had created magic. But great stories always need betrayal. And betrayal finally came at the 2023 Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns defeated Kevin Owens in a brutal match. After the match, the Bloodline attacked Owens mercilessly. Steel chairs, super kicks, pure destruction. Roman then ordered Sami Zayn to hit Kevin Owens with a chair. Sami stood frozen. Because Kevin was his best friend, Roman screamed at him. The arena went silent. And then, boom! Sami smashed the chair across Roman Reigns' back. The crowd lost its mind. One of the loudest reactions in WWE history. That single moment changed everything. The Bloodline was finally cracking. Roman looked betrayed. Jey Uso looked heartbroken. And for the first time ever, the tribal chief looked vulnerable. Soon after that, Jey Uso walked away from Roman because deep inside, Jey finally realized something horrifying. Roman never loved the family. He only loved control. This led to the biggest internal war WWE had seen in years. Brother versus brother. Family versus family. At Money in the Bank 2023, Roman Reigns got pinned for the first time in years. And the man who pinned him was Jey Uso. That moment felt impossible. For over 1,000 days, Roman had looked unbeatable. But now, his empire was collapsing, and things got even worse. Because Solo Sikoa began changing too. At first, Solo was Roman's silent weapon, a cold destroyer who followed every order. But over time, Solo became more dangerous, more aggressive, more unpredictable. And eventually, even Solo stopped respecting Roman completely. The Bloodline had become chaos. Roman Reigns slowly disappeared from WWE television. Without Roman there, the group became unstable. Arguments increased. Trust disappeared. Power struggles started. And then came the final nightmare. Solo Sikoa started acting like the new tribal chief. He recruited new allies. He gave orders. He attacked people without Roman's permission. And when Roman finally returned, his own bloodline no longer respected him. Imagine building an empire for 4 years, only to realize your own soldiers had replaced you. That's exactly what happened to Roman Reigns. The man who controlled everybody lost control of everything. And honestly, that's what made this storyline so special. Because it wasn't just about wrestling. It was about family, manipulation, loyalty, power, and consequences. Roman Reigns created monsters inside his own family. And eventually, those monsters came back for him. That's why fans connected so deeply with this story. Every character evolved. Jey Uso transformed from a tag team wrestler into a main event superstar. Sami Zayn became one of the most beloved wrestlers on earth. Solo Sikoa became terrifying. Jey Uso became unpredictable. And Roman Reigns? He became one of the greatest villains WWE has ever created. Some fans even compare the Bloodline storyline to Hollywood television dramas. Because unlike normal wrestling feuds, this story felt real. The emotions felt real. The betrayals felt real. The pain felt real. And the craziest part? The story still isn't fully over. Because as long as family exists, the bloodline can never truly die. Maybe Roman returns stronger than ever. Maybe Solo completely takes over. Maybe Jey Uso finally becomes the true tribal chief. Nobody knows. And that uncertainty is exactly why fans stay addicted to this storyline. Love them or hate them. The Bloodline changed modern WWE forever. They carried WWE through difficult years. They created unforgettable moments, and they gave fans one of the greatest wrestling stories ever told. But in the end, Roman Reigns learned the hardest lesson possible. A man can conquer WWE, but controlling family forever? That's impossible. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe now for more WWE storytelling videos, legendary rivalries, and insane wrestling histories. And tell me in the comments, who is the real hero of the Bloodline story? Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, or Sami Zayn?